What if I could equip you with a way forward for the future that would give you the positive advantage? You may ask what an ex-head teacher has to offer you, particularly one in a wheelchair. Well, let's think about it. Do you have budget constraints? My school had the lowest allowance per pupil year on year of the whole borough. And yet, despite that, we were on the best schools list not once, but twice, following excellent Ofsted inspections. We managed to attract and retain the best staff, despite the fact that we had no financial incentives to give them. And by the way, that was done against a backdrop of very strong unionisation, particularly in the early days. How many of you face an ever-changing raft of rules and regulations? Well, in my last year of headship, we had over 450 statutory requirements that we had to put in place by government. Now, no, I said statutory, no choice, they had to be done. How many of you have to deal with a constant barrage of interruptions? Well, just consider 500 children and their parents and the local authority and the local community. Oh, and by the way, there were the rabbits, the chickens, the ducks, the guinea pigs, the 2 goats and the school cat. Lots of interruptions. And then you have the whole range of monitoring and a whole structure of different things that we had to implement. National curriculum, SATs, Ofsted, and the list goes on and on. So, you may be working in the world of business, but actually our worlds weren't very different. And when I left headship, one of the things I did is to take myself off to do a research project looking across a whole range of industries to see whether the issues facing you were the same issues that they had been facing me. And you know what? They were identical. We all face challenges on a day-to-day basis. But my challenge came in the fact that I had to use a wheelchair and I couldn't actually physically get into most of my classrooms. And so I had some choices to make. If I wanted my school to do well, one of the things I had to do was to make sure that I empowered every member of staff, teaching and non-teaching, to enable them to empower the pupils, to give everyone at Parklands the very best education possible. And the principles of that leadership of developing people from the day they came into the organisation are as true for you as they are for me. I've used the strategies in a wide range of contexts, and I'm so confident about those strategies that here's my promise. If you embrace the principles and strategies in your organisation, and then you don't feel their value for money, I'll give you a money-back guarantee. So if you want to have the edge on your competitors, if you want to have the positive advantage, why not give me a ring or go onto the website, ginagardinerassociates.co.uk, and we can start to have that conversation and we can make sure that your future is as good as you choose it to be.